Steady, man. What you prone for that shit?
Hey man, T from the P, had to lay something down on this. Shout out Age, shout out Christ. Listen to me real quick.
Oh my God, is this Christ?
Yo, everything takes time, so don't ever try to waste mine. I don't got a lot of it, stop bugging me cause I'm tired of it. If you want, then we can link up, just roll up, I'm finna spark it up. I smoke on runs, he burns shisha, like sheesh. Just caught a new phone, like who is this? I got a big head like Stewie's is, but I'm still a stupid shit. She fell in love like Cupid hit. If I said I'm doing it, then believe I'm going through with it. Cause loyalty, I'm true to it, I can't help it, I'm too used to it. I'm sipping on some juice and gin, you might think I'm like snooping in. The winning team, you root for them. I'm from the Bay, so we always win. I don't do what's recommended, but if you do shit, I commend it. I cross the line, but I'm not finished. If you know me, you know I'm not kidding. How can you laugh at a masterpiece? You capping at max capacity. I'm not even trying this half the speed. If I did, you would have to look back to see. You would swim with the sharks with your back to the sea. Now you never ever want to go back to the beach. Now if that don't seem like catfishing, I don't know what that shit means.
Camping outside from 5 to 5, cents on the ride, go 45, I'm plotting. I know where you wait, I know where you work, so on the shit, I know when you clock in. Dressed in all black, stocking cap in my lap, I'm strapped. Hash is playing cause all they giving niggas straps up at half the fact I wouldn't wanna be in C don't match. Got rope, got tape, so might tape, the whole thing. Whole tank of propane, just in case my DNA on the scene make it blow up. A nigga about to plunge, I guess, I had to let the fear digest. Now you about to feel my stress. Once I press this unlock, no stop, yeah, but here's my best. Creeping through your window, my end goal is simple. Hit go, get gone. I'm hoping that it ain't nobody home. When you get a later home, you gon' look around and wonder like, too late, you been raid, it's payday, and you paid. Get braid, get sprayed, that's how you get a grave or back on your hip where your shit stay. Leave no name like, gotta get a nigga in the means. Even if it means everybody enemies. You should've changed up your tendencies. Now you ran to some vinities. Tie you up, think you finna leave. Nope, nobody. Sympathy, don't got it. Your wallet, my wallet. Hold your pray, whole body. Coming, don't got it, that's why.
I can see myself selling drugs again. I can see myself falling in love again. I can see myself selling drugs again. I can see myself falling in love again.
Can't see myself selling crack now, not the way that I rap now. Put me on with the plug now, I will never turn back now. Never falling in love now, Mac will never do that now. Fall in love with these stacks though, honestly and that's that joke. Cartier in my frames, can't see me never be lame now. That ain't even my game now, find something else to go blame now. Ice like Zay boy, I don't need no chain boy. My bad I got it by the beats on sight, underline me a real nigga. Unsigned hype, let's get that right. Can't see me not winning that life, nah, that's not right. But y'all know that's just that life. Oh Jesus Christ, you'll pay that price. You read me, holla tenfold. No need me to say that twice. You in the mob, you know how that go.
I can see myself selling drugs again. I can see myself falling in love again. I can see myself selling drugs again. I can see myself falling in love again.
I'm exact to be precise now. I will not lose with fresh air in this mic, like I got something to prove. Yo, I'm go on green light. Can't see that, see me driving the Benz. Now they like who that and that, but can't see me, I'm in the wind. By the time they notice me, all they can do is watch me win. Ducking tails to get my chips, keeping the screws in the duck grin. Once again, I'm on play, see myself no other way. Memphis 10 back to the Bay, Southern Cali to the A. Get with Zay and run these MCs like I'm Master J. Tryna ball like I'm Trey, with more heat than MIA. And it's nothing but a G thing like I'm Snoop and Dre. I sell salt to a slug in a drug war trade.
I can see myself selling drugs again. I can see myself falling in love again. I can see myself selling drugs again. I can see myself falling in love again. No night.
As above, so below, like the globe, mind spinning, time shifting like the atmosphere, need to pay attention. Perfume on some cockeyed like camps with detention. It's prison, they lynch me, they words hide their intentions. Chanting I can't breathe while the government hat off. Best take off while the president play golf. Build your house upon the sand, I can't stand it, nothing soft. Our community won't talk, too much static, still in shock. Could've trained but we did not, it's too late to fight that clock. Can't yell fire when it's hot, when the messenger gets shot. Cause the powers are corrupt, and we scared it's gon' erupt. So that mountain gon' get tough, ain't that big on giving up. Do it big and run it up, stack your keys and watch your cup. Watch them snakes and watch your mouth, move in silence, not for clout. Say it like you never doubt, I can't lie, I love the crowd. Gotta keep my ego down, I can't turn anemic now. I just learned to breathe and style like granny. Plotting to take over the planet. Low vibration means constantly. Take off, baby, we just landed. On God is scripture in all my verses. Breaking generational curses. We breaking generational curses. We breaking generational curses. I ain't tryna waste my air, running circles with a square. If the space is all we share, why we cutting them like hair? Wiped out like Nair, ain't a single judge that's fair. Loyalty, it be so rare, we can't even see it clear. When the royalty is near, I'm the empress on the team. I speak goddess, I speak king, let's be honest, I see dreams. I don't resonate with memes, sink or swim, grow some wings. See the noise is just a stream, don't get drowned by other beams. While they busting at the seams, I ain't hiding, I'm a nudist. Honestly, I'm the rudest, that's why they say the truth first. Lying through your teeth, babe, that's how you turn toothless. The same folks kill Jesus, they had to pay. Judas, I ain't going back to old ways. On stage, y'all your own trunk, inner child in your own cage. Anger isn't wrong, up to you, control your own rage. Author of the story, turn your own page. I've been staying solid like granny, plotting to take over the planet. Low vibration means constantly. Take off, baby, we just landed. On God is scripture in all my verses. Breaking generational curses. We breaking generational curses. We breaking generational curses. I pray your soul elevates and breaks all the stakes that people have tried to stab you in the back with. Packed you on a slave ship, being so abrasive when they should have been adjacent. Meaning by your side, stepping in stride. I see you're upset cause they wrecked your pride. They sucked, were immature. Came at you with love and pure, and that's not something a beautiful soul like yourself should have had to endure. I'd like to think if I had been around, I would have loved you more, but you don't need me for what's in store. You're special, although you don't always gotta be a rebel. Lots of folks dig you cause you come with a shovel. You got long distance vision like the Hubble. These niggas graham crackers cause around you they crumble. You deserve everything you wanted but double. I swear to God, nigga, you cool. You ain't even a nigga, you in the goose. A king in a dream, representing some truth that is just too pure, too sweet, too new. But I've been sending prayers and good vibes through. I hope you get all your energy back and your mind unwinds and you seal all the cracks that you never have to experience lack. That any struggle you have just pushes you on track. That you got invisible armor on your back. And stay the reason all these motherfuckers wanna be black. Black, 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 black.
Give you everything, man. Would do anything for us. Now I'm gonna give it up, yeah. No more, yeah. Give you everything, man. Would do anything for us. Now I'm gonna give it up, yeah.
Oh, what's the feeling? It's euphoria. It's the type of love that directors make a story of. It's the type that makes you get a ring, have a wedding on the beach with your friends and a honeymoon in Kokomo. Man, she had my heart like an open door, overload. Fiend for her love like a drug and an overdose. Ignored the red flags, the Crips round some Suwus. Now I'm the fool, the one left jumping through hoops.
Baby, I go on my way to do things for you. So crazy, talking every spit rings for you. For the first time, I know what it feels to share. Oh, but what good is that if getting hurt is all it does? Cause now I feel give you everything that you would do anything for. And now I'm gonna give it all. Give you everything that you would do anything for. And now I'm gonna give it all. Things that we used to be gone away. Future we supposed to have thrown away. Ignoring all the signs that came along the way. So now we can't even get along with it. Things went bad. Where to go? Times went bad. Where to go? Try to show you how. Did before you would only take it and giving up.
You started off so strong, I thought I met the woman for me. So I came more correct than any other one before me. I was looking past your scars, I was looking at your heart. You were looking out for you, I was looking out for ours. You say you ride or die, I think you like the sound of it. When the times are tough, you ain't the type to stick around for it. I ain't gonna be the one that's hounding it, I'm grounding it. Even though it's hard to take the steps to turn around from it. I ain't for the meddling or settling, especially when I can have it better with Loretta, Kim, and Evelyn. You can call it petty, but I revel it. Cause I was taking chances that had me completely out of my element. You ain't even deserve it, I gave it still. I done picked the groceries, made the meal, and paid the bill. And you ain't even had the decency to even clean the dishes. I'm finally chucking deuces to this bitch, man. I swear she had me.
Give you everything that you would do anything for. Now I'm gonna give it all. Gave you everything, would do anything for. Now I'm gonna give it up. Baby, not the type of person that you claim to be. So crazy, type of bitch I'll be ashamed to be. Fooled me twice, so now shame on me. Now shame on me. Crazy thing, don't want the ish explained. Cause all I'll be is give you everything that would do anything for. And now I'm gonna give it all. Oh yeah. Give you everything that would do anything for. And now I'm gonna give it all. Yeah. Feelings that we used to feel gone away. Future we supposed to have thrown away. Ignoring all the signs that came along the way. Till now we can't even get along with it. When things went bad, where to go? When times went bad, where to go? Try to show you lies, never did before. But you only taking never kidding. My feelings, my future, and you ignore it until now. When time try to show you lies, but you.
This is a tragedy. I can only imagine what these parents are going through. I think all of us have to do some soul searching to figure out how does something like this happen.
This is
I'm a pot smoking, disrespectful asshole. From the bay, but left my heart in Castro. Busy writing lyrics, washing dishes for the cash flow. Hard to keep track of the goddamn gram smoke. But I gotta stay sane. You be with your dogs, I be with my Great Danes. They all call me Cash, I've been trying to make change. Could've moved to LA, they all do the same thing as me. Was recording with Don at Jay Lee. Jay Lee had about a half recording these songs, and maybe have to roll the blunt into minimum talking. The smoking doesn't stop even after your mama walking blunts. I still being passed, still coughing, promising we gon' be real till we in coffins. Tryna make us slap that the Moopy girls can vibe to. R.I.P. my nigga, you know Mookie had to slide through. You know Spitter had to rhyme too. Me and my homies see the things that you're blind to. It's like you're blind fool. It's like your mind's full. I got my mind full cause I stay mindful. Get stung if you threaten my beehive. Hate and get this and kiss my black behind. Good vibes, feeling better than a weed high. Trying to shoot some birdies but don't know when the tea time is. Trying to be the best since we was kids. Trying to beat the rest but too busy getting lit. Trying to cheat the test and next to certain kids. Looking over shoulders, finish early, wasting time. Was supposed to write an essay but too busy writing rhymes in the corner, reminiscing, rapping about the different times I was later underrated. If you hate it, you could die. Man, I'm kidding, but listen when the nigga on the mic, cause I got shit I gotta say. It's been a few years, still got homies in the A. She was talking about some shows, me and Magic like okay, feeling comfy in these clothes as I'm sitting in this cave, getting hot for all the lows that I witness every day. I got love for who I stay, but I gotta move away. I was cheaper in the desert, so I'm living in the bay, cause the people in the desert look at you at different ways, and I hate it rather walk down Market Street, seeing people negative. You walk down Market Street, see me with my tape in my backpack, double tree, switching flavor grape, having flashbacks, making tracks up at Saudi Bays, dropped a 5-track, Dopey P, took a couple weeks with the truth, sister in the booth, original. I think a little more. Who is this? Written for myself. Is it dope? Listen up and learn some things you didn't know. True feeling show, but they changed like an episode. Waiting for the bus, selling white kids oregano. Fights cause I'm light skinned, tight in the middle school, filling lines cause spitting rhymes is a little cool, a little kind, but a little rude. If you're down to get a little high, you can kick it too. Man, it's been a minute trying to finish, but I started. Niggas got me in their car, it's already even. They retarded, ain't nobody else around. They had a water my apartment, saying Pablo through the rich. I was mobbing, what you talking about? Working on all these fucking songs, never clocking out. After work, after rap a verse up at Donnie's house. Well, it's not Donnie's house, it's his homie's house. I got a half and a swisher and a 40 ounce. I'm drinking 40s, better hold me down. Shout out to Bay, that's where it's going down. Hey. Shout out Spider for this one. Shout out AO for this one. It's life, man.
I rock amethyst, rock amethyst, yeah, amethyst. I rock amethyst, don't need no rollie on my wrist. I rock amethyst. Don't need no rollie on my wrist. I rock amethyst, yeah, amethyst, amethyst. Let's go, I be living rich. Look just like my pockets thick. Don't need no rollie on my wrist. Rather rock that amethyst. I keep killing every fit. I hit Hillcrest just to thrift. Puff on purple cannabis and watch the sunset at the cliffs. I'm so wavy, you could surf me. What don't pay me, don't concern me. Stones protect me, you can't hurt me. Focus like a camera lens. I ain't really on my shit till I can pay my mama's rent. Take her out that Honda Civic, put her in a all blue Benz, bitch. I don't rock no rollie on my wrist. I rock amethyst. I don't rock no gold chain on my neck. I rock amethyst. All I smoke is purple cannabis. I rock amethyst. Yeah, I rock amethyst. I don't think that they can handle this. handle this. Yeah, you know I'm trying to channel shit, rock purple amethyst. Yeah, you know I rock that amethyst. You can't handle this. Yeah, you know I'm trying to channel shit, rock purple amethyst. Yeah, you know I rock that. My whole crew is beautiful, mentally and physical. We live but we still spiritual, not who we was a year ago. My future looking brighter. They sleep on me, I pull all-nighters. I smoke and spit that fire, live the life that I desire. True, I ain't rich yet, so I gotta chase a check. Can't rock no gold chain on my neck. I'd rather rock that amethyst. Ask if I'm a legend, yes. Ain't no question who's the best. Ain't no rollie on my wrist, but I shine among the rest. Yeah. I don't rock no rollie on my wrist. I rock amethyst. I don't rock no gold chain on my neck. I rock amethyst. All I smoke is purple cannabis. I rock amethyst. Yeah, I rock amethyst. I don't think that they can handle this. Handle this. Yeah, you know I'm trying to channel shit. Rock purple amethyst. Yeah, you know I rock that amethyst. You can't handle this. Yeah, you know I'm trying to channel shit. Rock purple amethyst. Yeah, you know I rock that amethyst.
Perfect.
Yeah, 27 ink.
Fatty.
Yeah. If I shine, then my people too. Once you get on, that's what you're supposed to do. I'm on my low D. Big Meech. If it ain't about biz, don't speak. If I shine, then my people too. Once you get on, that's what you're supposed to do. I'm on my low D. Big Meech. If it ain't about biz, don't speak. Yeah. Always on the road. I'm in the league. No time for the blase. I got mouths to feed. Read between the lines. You'll find this guy serious. Now you tapped in, and I got you a little curious. Here it is. Live and direct. No Casey. Louis V around my neck. Get the footwork to earn that respect. First you get the money, shit, y'all know the rest. Success is in the eye of the beholder. Nobody want to kick in, put the whole thing on my shoulder. Road, I'm a rider. Started at the bottom, now we on fire. If I shine, then my people too. Once you get on, that's what you're supposed to do. I'm on my low D. Big Meech. If it ain't about biz, don't speak. If I shine, then my people too. Once you get on, that's what you're supposed to do. I'm on my low D. Big Meech. If it ain't about biz, don't speak. Yeah.
Big dog status like Lil D. Feed the whole fam like Big Meech. Put in leg work, now we run the streets. If it ain't about business, nigga, don't speak. Put the play in motion, rolling like a locomotive. Made a living, turning nickels into dimes on the quota. Bullshit, move like Hova in the O with the block. Cause these bitches love something. Put the right pieces in position. Make subtract to zero if you make a good addition. Never take the bait, but the fans still fishing. Macking the magician to these niggas, they be tricking. Take the past, let's travel till they block it off. And never did it this big, nigga, knock it off. Ran through the whole team, told them walk it off. Honcho, call shots, what you talking about? Come, little nigga. Got the right one, I'm the wrong little nigga. I got a big stack, my reach long, little nigga. Try me, you won't make it home, little nigga. When I shine, they shine, we shine together. Lay the foundation so we shine forever. Press on the button, it's heat and it's leather. Inside of the foreign foot pushing the pedal. I'm paving the way to get out of the ghetto. Michael Archangel, I fight with the devil. Digging this grave, heaven gave me the shovel. You think that I'm weak, had to turn up a level. I'll never be beat, I'm a king in these streets. I relax like a Mac having sex on the beach. Never surrender, never retreat. People to feed and they all gotta eat free to God.
feel good. I feel alright. Woo! Ever wake up in the morning and you're feeling like fine? Had a hard night's sleep, got a lot on your mind. Gotta tell yourself to relax, just be cool. I feel good, I feel right, I feel alright. I feel good, I'm okay, I feel alright. No matter what nobody say, gotta do what you do. Live up, praise to God, just do you. Don't let the worries of the world get in your way. You feel good, you feel fine, you feel okay. I feel good, I feel right, I feel okay. I feel good, I feel right, I feel okay. I feel good, I feel right, I feel okay. I feel good, so good, so good, so good, so good. I feel right, so right, so right, so right. I feel good, so good, so right. Everything's gonna go my way. I feel good. I feel good. I feel good, so good, so good, so good. I feel good, so good, so good, so good, so good.
Woo, it's that time, y'all. This is DJ Rowe. Treka Know Better, Do Better.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Treka Know Better, Do Better, everybody. I'm Treka. That's DJ Rowe that got us going. Let me get my video on. How y'all doing? What's up, Rowe?
What's up? What's up?
Intro time?
Yep, let's do it.
All right. What's happening? Welcome back, everybody.
What's good, Trek?
Hey, Kish. Welcome back. Welcome back. Happy Thursday.
Same to you, baby.
I'm sure. I guess Teddy will probably be joining us a little bit later. I did reach out to him, but I haven't heard from him as in lately. Roselle, how are you, sir?
Oh, I'm good. Good, doing good.
How's the weather up there, y'all? Is it getting better?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Good. That's
the
good.
Sun shining and all the shits.
All the shits. That's all the shits that we need, right?
Correct.
I really honestly, today we were supposed to really be getting into Teddy's album. Like we were supposed to do the last time he was here, but he's not online yet. So I figured let's just go off topic for a second.
Let's get it.
So what I know I always start the conversation on some extra stuff, but anything y'all feel like you want to talk about? Anything that's on your heart or on your soul?
I don't really have, I'm just here to support. I don't really know. You should have told me. I would have turned it up something.
Random.
I would have
Like
conjured up
most shows
something.
are.
But yeah, I thought it was just, open mic. I don't really have, I'm just here to support.
No, it ain't no big deal. I'm used to that. Mr. Roselle is not a talker either. I mean, not on the show.
I'll talk. I ain't got a problem with talking, but
yeah.
What we talking about?
Exactly. So I wanted to talk about or tap onto something. And that was, I know I have been very open about my journey as far as my relationship with alcohol, so per se. So I will update some people because I am transparent about that. And I know that there are other people, especially young Black women, who struggle with alcohol alone because for one, it's something that a lot of people do, but it is very, 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 I don't think it's very much discussed amongst Black women, but I know in my family, the women are drinkers. Like the only, on my mom's side anyway, but the only one who doesn't drink in my immediate family, as far as women goes, is my little sister. And I think that is, I think it's crazy how she and I pretty much came up, witnessing the same stuff. As far as like my grandmother was a very heavy drinker and she died at an early age at 58. And for me, like when I was younger, I was just thinking, she just died because she's just old, But 58 ain't old.
Not at all.
And I think it kind of hit me that, hey, not only do I not want to go down the road of being an alcoholic, but I also don't want to follow and continue on with that cycle either, of dying of young age because of not taking care of yourself and take care of your body. Now, mind you, of course, I still smoke, so it's not like I'm 100% healthy, crazy. Right. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I went through a real heavy period, which I'm glad to be over. But every now and then, I go through my waves where I just kind of binge for a while, and it gets bad. It has gotten bad. And I say this to say that after my trip to Sacramento, or before my trip to Sacramento, I had not had alcohol for about 55 days.
That's so good.
That is the longest I've gone in about 10 years, I would say, or maybe even more. Because I know about 10 years ago when my brother was murdered, that was when it was at its worst. So I had been drinking before that, and I was in the restaurant industry most of my college years and everything. So there's a culture of drinking that builds with that, right? And little did I know I was, following along in these little generational curse steps and, building up this tolerance to become a fucking blazing alcoholic. But that's neither here nor there. Like I said, I'd gone like 55 days. And I will say that my reasoning for drinking after that, not only was I stressed out because of Southwest, which has made up for it. We'll talk about that later, but I stressed out about that. And then I found that certain situations and people in my family, certain things they did or said triggered me as well. But it also hit me that the people that are suffering really don't see that they're suffering. You know, you can't really see it when you're in it, if that makes sense. And I kind of felt like this energy when I was in SAC, like, I don't know if it was just because of, you know, the holidays or because of the weather or whatever, but I kind of felt like, you know, this is what we do, you know, and this is how people are coping, and it's okay, you know, if you want to cope like that, but it's not okay.
Right.
And I think COVID really didn't help that situation either, because I think for people who already had a drinking habit or a drinking a dysfunctional relationship, it was already bad, but having to stay in the house for all them days straight, it just made it so much worse. But that's not an excuse for me. I can't say that that's an excuse, but I will say this, that I did start to see myself wanting to drink again. And today, I'm starting right back over again. I'm on day 3 of nothing. I mean, you know, and I don't really see it as a fail or anything, but I also want to let people know that are watching or that are supporting this, or who you know, have those chats with me, or who are having them chats with themselves, that just because you stumble a little bit doesn't mean you can't get back up and get back on that horse and keep on riding.
Definitely.
And I honestly, like, the past couple weeks, I have been really bad, like, on myself, because it's like, dang, Treek, like, you've been going so strong, and, you know, that was the longest you've been in years. And I had gotten to the point where I wasn't even thinking about drinking. Like, even when people talked about it, I was like, not even on my mind. But all it took was a bad situation for me to be like, well, you know what? I'm gonna just drink. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I guess what I'm getting to is, like, if anybody's watching, or if any of you, I know Roselle doesn't drink, but I'm not sure about you, Nikeish. But if you know someone who's having that battle, like, and you're their friend, or not even that, scratch what I was about to say. If you know somebody who's struggled with that battle, what are some coping mechanisms that you think are good for them, or that you've seen them do? Leave it in the comments, or, you know, text me, whatever, whoever want to answer that. And if you got anything, if you do, Nakish.
I do. So, my grandfather, my great grandfather, he was a heavy alcoholic, my favorite person in this world, you know. He also died at a young age, like your grandmother, you know, 63 years old of cirrhosis, you know, heart failure and all that due to drinking. He had been drinking since, he told me, I didn't heard so many stories, but he told me, you know, how he, you know, they in this baby bottle, he been drinking from the womb, you know, it's just it was something that, you know, he just grew up around. All of his family members, brothers and sisters, mama, daddy, everybody were alcoholics, you know. I know it's a tough battle because I watched him, like I said, he died at 63. I watched him fight that battle, and he never really could, you know, shake it. You say coping mechanisms. I don't know. I'm not a drinker, so I don't know what the coping mechanism would be for that. And I never saw him display a coping mechanism. If he was having a bad day or he wanted to drink, that's what he was going to do, you know. He did the AA meetings, you know, all of that stuff. And the only time I ever seen him not drink was in his last days, you know. I can't really say a coping mechanism. I say what you need to be aware of are your triggers, you know, what triggers that in you, you know, whether it's frustration or, you know, depression or, you know, being overwhelmed by something. You got to find out what that trigger is and pay attention to your movements at that time. You know, be conscious of what you're doing at that time. You know, that you kind of got to fight against what you're feeling in that moment, you know, to kind of cope with what you're going through. But the first thing is probably knowing your trigger, you know? Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that's an important thing. And I think that, and that's why I keep saying, like, every day, like, that trip it wasn't big, but it was a lot. Like, I got a lot of things from it after, you know what I'm saying? Like, it definitely helped me recognize that, you know, some triggers that I hadn't even been around. And I think the biggest thing for me is coming up with a plan, you know, for myself. For when those things come up out of nowhere, that my first thought isn't to just go reframe back to what I've been doing. You know what I'm saying? And get back into that pattern again. And
in addition to that, I also want to say that I think anything can be done with decency and order. So what it is not letting yourself, nobody's saying that you can't have a drink. Have a drink if you need to, but know how to kind of moderate yourself, you know, to where it's not going over the top, you know. If you need a drink, to knock one back to, you know, I had a hard motherfucking day, you know. But it's not doing it in excess, you know. It's just being conscious of what you're doing, baby. That's it, you know.
Yeah. And I think that's that. And I will say, on the flip side of it all, I have realized that I'm aware now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pay attention. Like you said, if I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna drink. Like, it's not gonna be, oh my God, I can't believe you drink. It shouldn't be that, you know, for anybody who's going through this. But my thing is, I'm the type of person that, I used to be the type of person that didn't know when to stop. You know what I'm saying? Or couldn't stop. I wouldn't say, or didn't want to stop. I could stop. I didn't want to stop. It's like, once I started, it was no just having one. You know what I'm saying? And I myself have to be cautious of that. But it's like, I also get around people, and I realize that a lot of my relationships with people are only through alcohol too, you know? And so it's like, now I'm at the point where it's not like I'm losing friends, but I'm just a little bit more distant from a lot of people. And I don't hear from a lot of people, you know, because they're looking for the drunk Treka, you know, and it's like, well, drunk Treka is the same Treka.
Now, Trek, know that you're aligned, because you still sipping or whatever the case, or you got to either take yourself out of that alignment with them, because you're kind of in line with them because you're still drinking or whatever. So that makes them kind of, you know, gravitate towards you, you know, due to activity or whatever. But yeah, you got to either kind of, you know, get a new set of friends, you know, if you want to stop, or if you think you're to a place where you need to stop, and get some supportive friends, you know, people, you know, who aren't drinking around you, or, you know, just smoking, or whatever the case. You kind of got to just get a different set of friends, because otherwise, as long as you're drinking, you're aligning yourself with certain things, you know, that are going to attract to you, because that's, you know, that's the get down. You know what I mean?
No, and of course, it totally makes sense. It's like, and I guess that's the hard part for me, because, you know, I care and love all of my friends, you know, I'm friends with a lot of people,
Yeah.
But I don't want them to feel like they can't be around me, and I don't, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I also don't want people to be looking at me funny if I do decide to have a drink, you know, or if I do decide to do something, you know, because like you said, it's a challenge, it's a struggle. And I realize that with this kind of beast, like the more that you try to say, I ain't gonna do at all, and you know, you fight and you fight, you still bring that energy, and that urge still comes to you the more you're saying that. So it's like you gotta, it's a lot of willpower. And I mean, I will say that drinking is, I won't say it's the reason, but it was me drinking myself so bad years ago that I ended up in the hospital and almost died. You know, I almost had a stroke.
Yeah.
But it was that brought me to my spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But then when I think of all the people when I hear of their stories, like a majority of them had that moment, you know, or were living that life, and something, you know, happened and it changed them.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say this, that I had I had to revisit that moment. Well, I didn't have to. I revisited that moment in my sleep, and I woke up. It scared me because it was still still there. You know, it's like, it's not, I ain't completely healed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's what a lot of, when you say, when we have coping mechanisms and shit, like, I think that that's because a lot of people are walking around here in pain.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so much pain that alcohol is legal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. So I'm gonna be transparent tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta recall something back that I said last show, because you know, every time I come on here, I gotta recall. I didn't watch it 2 or 3 times. I gotta recall something back,
what you said, girl. What you had said.
Last time when I came on here, I said, you know, I made it through, you know, my spiritual awakening, damn near losing my mind with no medication. That's not true. I will pop an ecstasy pill, a piece of a pill, you know. I haven't been prescribed any medication.
Right.
But I will pop an e-pill to kind of calm myself down when I'm feeling overwhelmed by things, you know. Like I said, anything can be done with decency and order as long as you're in control of it. Don't let it get in control of you. You know, I feel like that. I don't feel like, you know, I know everybody thinks I'm religious or, you know, sanctified, you know, but I'm not. I'm a regular person. And I'm a student of life. I'm learning a lot, you know, and I'm overwhelmed by a lot that I'm learning, and you know, shit gets hard for me sometimes too. So that's my coping mechanism for, you know, what I go through. Don't, like I said, Trek, don't kind of what's the word I want to use? Don't torture yourself, you know, by not having a drink, because once you go, because if you fall off, you know, once you, you know, if God forbid you do fall off, you're going to do it and more excessively.
And that's exactly what I did.
Went so long, and now, oh my God,
that's exactly what I did. You know? That's exactly what I did.
So, like I said, be aware of your triggers, you know, know what's causing you to drink excessively. One being you torturing yourself. Okay. Don't do that. You know, be in control of the situation, baby. All you got to do is be in control of the situation. You know, make sure you got some people around you that love you, you know, unconditionally, you know, you feel safe around them. Safety is important. And I'm talking about not just physical safety, but emotional safety, you know. mental safety, comfort, all that is important.
Yeah.
When you're going through something, everybody needs an outlet. I'm always here for you. I told you I'll be up. You can call me any time of the night. If you need somebody to talk to, it's just having, a support system. Like I said, knowing your, just what I said, knowing your triggers, having them people around you that, love you no matter what. If you make a mistake, they still gonna love you the same. They ain't gonna judge you for nothing you did, and they gonna help you through it. Y'all gonna work it out together, cry it out together. Having certain things in place, when you go through shit is necessary. Yeah. And stop torturing yourself. Just being in control of yourself, control.
Yeah, that's what it really boiled down to, is like, okay, yeah, I was proud of myself that I was getting through those days without drinking, but like you said, I was still torturing myself on those days that I got the urge.
Right.
And so, like you said, once I started drinking, it's like, well, got to go all out,
Exactly.
And I can always find an excuse to drink, but those are just excuses. They're just what they're called, excuses, right? Yeah. And about the pop the pills things, like, and I've done that too. I mean, and this is something else that I have learned on my journey is, like, I would say, like, pills and mushrooms, like, they kind of take you out of your ego.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you use them properly,
mm-hmm.
you can use them to your advantage, and they are effective for you to realize certain things. Hold on, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's up?
What is up, man?
How you doing?
I'm good.
That's
just
good.
Sitting here chilling, just listening, peeping game.
Okay. Treka should have told us we was going on a music break. We could have been playing something.
I know. I would have did that. I would have did that.
You good. Is your hair over there growing?
Man, of course, dude. Yes. Oh, yes.
That's good.
I'm gonna have to get some more of that stuff. I'm supposed to be getting it done in February, the first week of February. So once I get it done, I'm gonna get some more of that stuff.
Okay. Do you know how to reach me?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Play some music, Rosalie.
I thought she was gonna be back quicker. I guess I'll do that. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know if y'all could hear that or not, but
he finna play a song real quick. Catch your breath, baby.
Cool.
Catch your breath, Mom.
Okay.
I'm trying to get you off my mind. I'm trying to get you off my mind. I'm trying to get you off my mind. Instead, I'm just wasting my time. If I try to get you on the line, I know I'll be wasting my time. And I teach you up out of my head. I just remember the times. I just be stuck on rewind. No, I'm just wasting my time, yeah. I just be wasting my time. I just be wasting my time, yeah. I just be wasting my time. I just be wasting my time, yeah. And I get you up out of my head. I just remember the times. I just be stuck on rewind. No, I'm just wasting my time, yeah. Before I get out of my past, I was so foolish to take it with last. Stuck on my mind, but you're not coming back. What was I thinking? Didn't know how to act. Running the streets with my dogs in the pack. Late midnight runs, I was hitting the snacks. I'm looking crazy, feeling the backlash. Don't know what you got till you lost what you have. Only your social, calling and texting your mobile. Speaking out, trying to be vocal. See, I'm trying to make it my focal. Stuck in reverse, you all on my brain. Replaying us all over again. I just wanna talk, I'm going insane. Wasting my time, still doing the same. Baby, I'm missing your face. I'm missing you more by the day. I know you said I'd be replaced if I kept making the same mistakes. But this time won't be the case. Cause baby, I know I done changed. And it's wrong.
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time.
I'm trying to get you off my mind. Instead, I'm just wasting my time. I try to get you on the line. I know I be wasting my time. When I get you up out of my head, I just remember the times. I just be stuck on rewind. No, I'm just wasting my time. I just be 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 wasting my time. And I get you up out of my head. I just remember the times. I just be stuck on rewind. No, I'm just wasting my time. I just be 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 wasting my time. And I get you up out of my head. I just remember the times. I just be stuck on rewind. No, I'm just wasting my time.
We back.
We back. My bad, y'all.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
What happened?
No, it was just I could hear it, but I don't think y'all could hear it. Like it was someone pouring some shit from upstairs, downstairs by my back door, but it sounded like they were pouring it in my house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, check that out.
They pouring it outside, but first off, why are you pouring anything down in your face? It might just be water, but still. It'd be crazy stuff going on over here. I don't even know if it'd be my house falling apart or somebody else's shit. So
let me check on that.
Right. But anyway, shit, I forget what we was even on, but like I said, I'm pretty sure like I went through my spiritual awakening because like it hit me when it hit me because I was drinking like that. Mm-hmm. It was like, okay, it's time to save the soul. Like, do you want to stay here or do you want to go type of shit?
Right.
And
you were how old when you had a stroke?
I almost had a stroke 2017. 2018, 17.
You've been drinking since you were how old, Tree?
And that's the crazy part too. I didn't start drinking until I was 23. But even then, it wasn't like drinking like a rum and coke or Malibu and pineapple juice, one and done type of stuff. Mm-hmm. But I had avoided it. Because, everybody in Laguna was fucking, I'm not everybody, but people was partying and drinking and shit when we were in high school. But I would just be around. I didn't even really smoke until I turned 18. Mm-hmm. And I think that it's the same thing though. I was avoiding it so much because of what it had done for my grandmother or to my grandmother, so it's like, it's the same thing as far as me when I'm trying to, when I say I'm quitting, I ain't drinking no more. It's like, it's the same energy though. Like you can't just avoid the beast, you know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to tame it and put it in the cage.
But I got a question for you. So my question is, you stopped drinking for those 55 days. Was it in hopes of stop drinking forever?
I actually, no, because I realized that one, I don't know what I'm going to do in the future. I don't know, what my brain's going to say or what my body's going or what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? But I also realized that the times that I've tried to stop forever, it's too big of a goal. You know what I'm saying? So then I defeat myself in my mind and I just don't do it. I don't know if that even makes sense, but it's like it's just too hard. Then I'm like, I ain't gonna do it at all.
Yeah.
But for me, it was just like, I'm gonna just take it one day at a time, which is how I'm starting back again. Like I'm the way I started is not, it hasn't, the way I started never really is the issue, is to keep, you know, to stay. So, but
I want to say this, Trick. Can I say something?
Yeah.
I want to say, no matter what you decide to do, you want to make sure that your health is in order. That's what's most important. So if it's affecting your health, or you stop doing it because you feel, you know, did you feel better when you wasn't drinking? Were you more energetic? Huh?
Yeah, I felt.
Or did you feel better?
I still feel better from not drinking for them 55 days. Like even though I have, you know, had some drinks here and there since then, I still, number one, I don't drink as much, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not drinking. I can't drink consistently like every fucking day like I was doing. Like I was drinking damn near a fifth of vodka.
Yeah.
Every day.
No, that's too much. That's too much, baby. So
yeah.
So Trick. So you were saying that. Oh shit! I lost my.
That's what I was saying. It's like, okay, but this is the thing too. This is what kind of turned me on to mushrooms, right? Not the drinking, but you know, I was studying different ways that they, you know, treat alcoholism. And it's funny because a lot of things are coming out about how Western medicine treats all mental illnesses, period. You know, some people do have a chemical imbalance that they need to be prescribed medicine, right? But a lot of people do not. And when it comes to drinking is not my problem. That's what I'm trying to figure out, is what's the trauma that led me to feel like that was the way to deal with it. And I think I'm kind of getting there. That's where my meditations and praying and, you know, watching some TD Jakes break some things down. And it's I'm getting to the point where it's like, okay, I feel like my reason is abandonment and grief, because I never really learned how to grieve. Like even when my grandmother passed from drinking, she was my best friend out of everybody. That was my partner. But I didn't, as a kid, and you know, in a Black family, you know, the kids got to be there for everything else. When somebody passed away in my family, like the kids, we got to make sure everybody got some place to stay and everybody got that, you know, everybody good. And, you know, we're the host and all this other stuff. So I was damn near not even given the opportunity to really grieve for my grandmother when she passed. And I think for me, psychologically, some way, somehow, I've related drinking to being in connection with her. It's twisted how my brain is unraveling these days, because it's like different things that I didn't even know, like, have happened to me, have come to me when I've been off shrooms or I've popped a pill or half a pill, like you said. And not most time, every time that I do that, I'm here at home and I do it intentionally. Not because I want to get fucked up. I don't take those things to get fucked up.
Exactly.
Which is weird. People are like, well, how you take E? And because it's a drug, the DMT, the DMD, whatever that is. Yeah. That drug, just like the psilocybin and mushrooms, like when they're not used or when they're not abused, they were used or they are used in healing practices in other cultures.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy that once like big corporations figure out shit like this, especially in America, they package it in some extra shit and put it in a packaging and put a fucking barcode on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you can't pay for it, then you are selling illegal drugs all of a sudden.
Right.
A lot of these things are the same shit that you can get prescribed to you.
Right.
In certain different drugs, like and all of these drugs, not all of them, but most of the effective drugs stem from herbal or other medicines that come from the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go and manufacture the shit and it's no longer natural. And then if you don't buy from them, then you a drug dealer, you're a drug addict and you buy it illegally. And it's all about money.
Exactly.
So
as long as we prescribing it to you, you
right.
paying us for it, you can do it as much as you want. We're gonna give you a couple refills and all the shit.
All the refills you want. And I was just with my doctor, had a follow-up checkup with my primary care provider. And the last time I seen her, which was like 3 months ago, she was there like in the beginning of me, like, hey, I'm about to take a break from drinking. But she was also the one that gave me the news, like, hey, you might have pre-diabetes. That was another thing that was like, hey, I'm going to take a break from drinking. But the first thing she said, well, how's the drinking come along? And I'm honest with her, like, who the fuck, what's she gonna do with me? But her first thing was like, well, I have this and this, and this does this. And she just started naming off all these fucking antidepressants and drugs and shit, right? Immediately. And I'm thinking to myself, like, thank God I go to therapy or counseling outside of you, because you never once did you say, hey, do you want to go talk to a counselor to see what the problem is? Immediately, the problem was drinking. And that's what people get this shit fucked up. You can't solve the problem treating the byproducts of the shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I drink and that could be an issue, but why do I drink? You know, have a deeper conversation with people.
Correct. You're not trying to get to the root of the problem.
Get to the root of the problem.
You just talking about the problem. We need to get to the root to solve the damn problem.
Right. But it's just easier for them to be like, hey, I could just write this prescription for you. And she wanted to write me like 3 different damn prescriptions.
Did you ever just talk to your doctor and maybe ask her, say, hey, is there a way that you can write a prescription for me to have therapy? Have you just brought that up yourself?
Oh, no. We definitely have talked about that. And she knows I go to therapy. But she didn't ask about how therapy was going, you know, asked me. I mean, and that's another thing, like these doctors, I bless their heart, but the care is so limited, like for them to really keep, for her, I guess, for me, I felt like she takes notes every time we meet.
Because it's kind of like the penitentiary system. You're just another number.
Yeah.
You're just another number. I'm just here to do my job. Let me see. Okay, well, this, and this must equate to this. Here you go. These are your options. You know, it's no genuine concern.
No. And that bothered me. And that's probably that contributes to why I think a lot of young women drink, or a lot of young women do have drinking issues or problems, and nobody really talks about it.
I'm going to throw this in there because I know this has happened to me before. A lot of times when you've never had to deal with the situation, when you come at people take it as you don't care. And I think sometimes when people come at you, even doctors, they see a lot of patients every day. And so I don't think it's necessarily sometimes they don't care. I think sometimes like they're not really therapists. They're not really there in a psychological manner. So I think sometimes they don't understand that side of it that, they should tell you that. I think that in their mind, they're thinking of more in a medical sense, like, what can we give you to take care of that, rather than say, maybe you should go see a psychiatrist or a therapist.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
That happens to me. That happens to me a lot. I tell people what I would do, but what I usually will get is, well, Roselle, you don't drink, so you don't understand.
Yeah, but you're different than a doctor, though, Roselle.
I know, but it's still in the same context. They're doctors. They're not really therapists. So,
no, I'm not telling her. I'm not asking her to be my therapist, but I'm saying that they should think of all options aside from, instead of just thinking of prescribing medicine as the first option.
Yeah. Like do a full assessment, of the situation.
Right.
And then make an educated decision on which way you think I should go. Don't just, like I said, sum all my characteristics or all my symptoms up to what the last person's symptoms was and put me in that box, and that's what I am, and here you go. These are your options. Do a full assessment. Do you, have you been talking to anyone about, your health is at risk, or, a full assessment is needed. You know what I mean?
And see, and then when I would trip people out, well, I trip my doctors out when they say, well, when this happened, when you were hospitalized, like, what drugs were you given and all this other stuff, right? And I tell them, they tried to prescribe me stuff, and I have not taken a prescription drug for anything since that happened, but I have healed a lot.
Yeah.
And they won't, I mean, I tell them it's my spiritual awakening healed me. They can't, that's beyond
that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I tell people all the time, like, no, I kid you not. Like, they told me I had pancreatitis. They told me that I had gastritis. They told me I might have cervical cancer.
Oh God.
I mean, it was so many things out because I was sick. Yes, I was sick, but it was deeper than my physical sickness, though.
Yeah.
Once I started healing from within, my body started healing out as well.
Yeah.
So for them, it's like, okay, well, your blood sugar is normal now. What are you taking? Nothing. God. Oh, well, what happened to, and I asked him, what happened to all this stuff about me having pancreatitis, and now I have 0 symptoms.
So that makes
me
ask you this. Do you believe in spiritual sicknesses?
Yes, I definitely do.
So
I think that's what I'm getting to is that
because you were drinking excessively, how you were at that time, you were spiritually sick. You weren't in alignment. So it's starting to shut you down because the spiritual run this shit, body and all, right? So because you weren't, and they came and woke you up. And that's when you start getting in alignment with, in tune with your spirituality. And in that, you kind of healed yourself through that. You know what I mean? So.
Yep. And that's why, damn, what was I saying? Oh, that's why they don't suggest you go talk to somebody first. They don't suggest that you go dive deeper and see what's going on, because then you won't need them, because you start healing yourself without that shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, people that are struggling with anything, even if it may be hard, go talk to someone, not just anybody. Like, you gotta find the right person. Like, for me, it was a lot of spiritual teachers that I came across. I had a few people that were in my life that I didn't know what they were there for, but once they saw what I was going through, they told me what I was going through. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't got people like that around them to help them spot that shit. And had I not had someone around me at that time, I probably would be on some prescription pills. Not fixing nothing, just putting a Band-Aid on it. One refill at a time, you know? And for me, the most as far as prescriptions go, the most I will take is Tylenol. And it does me just fine. Everything else,
Stop taking that shit. I stop taking that Tylenol shit. I just saw something. I just read something that said that shit ain't cool. So take ibuprofen. Can you take that? Can you take Motrin? Can you take Motrin or something like that? Change that up. No more Tylenol.
I will.
I just read something. It was alarming, but
well, really now I do. If I need anything, which I rarely do, but if I need anything, I'll take Advil dual action. But that's just because that's what the doctors told me. I guess a good combination for you, but
okay.
It still has the same shit that Tylenol has in it. So whatever you saw, I'm gonna need to know about that.
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean,
I'll find it and send it to you. I'll find it and send it to your ass since I know you'd be on it.
Right. I think the answer for a lot of people who are dealing with sickness, like in health and everything, is their spirit is trying to come through, and it's the 3D ego that makes you develop that addiction, because it's like, no, I don't want to go away. Don't kill me. Don't silence me. Let's fight to stay in this 3D matrix. Like, no, I think that's whenever I start feeling sick or start drinking, I have gotten further away from my spiritual practices that I do to keep me grounded and keep me centered and everything.
And it'll shut you down. It'll shut you down.
Yeah, definitely. But Rosie, I wasn't trying to like just shut you down what you were saying, but about the doctors, like I know that they're not therapists for sure.
I understand what you were saying too, though.
Yeah, but they got a business that they running. Yeah. That's for sure. I guess that's one of the reasons like I was like, look, I'm gonna come through for you, but you gotta do some work for me too when you get better. And you gotta tell these people like, hey, it wasn't the doctors. I didn't have no surgeries. They didn't. Only thing they did for me was let me sleep in their bed overnight a couple nights.
Yeah.
You know, other than that, they didn't heal me.
Yeah.
It was me bringing myself to reality that something in my life ain't right because I ain't living right.
Mm-hmm.
And that battle, and I see the same struggle because where I live at in San Diego, like there's a lot of addicts, there's a lot of people on the street. Like everybody don't talk about that shit when they talk about beautiful San Diego, but I live in the middle of the city, and I would say at least 3 or 4 times a week, I will get woke up out of my sleep from someone just screaming like bloody murder in the middle of the night,
God.
Walking down the street because they're not there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I thank God that I didn't have to go that far to start to see that I'm a spiritual being in this human body, but I'm a spiritual being. This world isn't the end all say all. And I'm not supposed to struggle to live here, to live in it. Like that, I'm not put here to suffer. God don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
But it's all about finding your way. So it's getting there. It's the destiny and the purpose, you know. That's the goal. But on the way, you're gonna have, you know, you got karmic debt or whatever you've been brought from the last lifetime that you've been brought here for to clear up, you know. As well, you know, while you're trying to find your way. You don't know what it is from last time, but you're trying to find your way and you try to make the right, you know. And as you get older, you grow, or, you know, as you are awakened, you start to see things differently, and you start to put yourself in alignment with what you're really here to do. Prior to that, we all have lived haphazardly, just willy-nilly, no direction, just thinking we got it all figured out. We done got this shit all fucking wrong,
Mhm.
when you wake up, you're like, this shit, we didn't did all this motherfucking shit wrong. You know what I mean?
And
So
it's an ongoing system. It keeps going because even the things that we're taught to believe to be the right things to be doing in life, like, oh, go to school or go to college, get a job, work hard, and then, you have a family, all that, even to live within those parameters is still unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what we was put here to do at all. That's a system. And for most people, it's a failing system because I'm the first one to go to college in my family as far as the females go, right? Everybody push you. Yeah, you're smart. You're going to go to school. You're going to get a good job. I'm listening. But the things they don't say is, hey, yeah, you're going to go to school, but we ain't got no money saved up for you. So how you going to figure that out? You got to figure that out on yourself. When you get out of school, you might not get a job paying really good for a long time, or you might not even get a job in where you went to school for, period. And on top of that, you're going to be in debt for the rest of your life.
And when you don't get a job in what you went to school for previously, it's because that's not aligned with your destiny or purpose.
Exactly. So I went to school for 4.5, 5 years to get 2 degrees that I ain't never fucking had to use. Yeah. But I got this debt that's going to come through forever, And I'm just like, and on top of that, why in the hell was I listening to motherfuckers who ain't never did the shit that they telling me I got to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's like, I don't know who it was, but some speaker or some teacher I was listening to earlier today, he was like, I had to tell my mom, like, I appreciate what you're saying, but I ain't listening. I ain't following you. You ain't even a millionaire. The fuck I'm listening to you for?
Well, you can learn something from everybody. So don't close your ears because they ain't a millionaire, Negro.
Oh yeah, no.
Don't close it. You can learn something from a dummy. You can learn a lot from a dummy too.
No, I'm just saying, as far as I can learn that, but I learned the hustle. I learned the hustle from them, but I'm not gonna take the same direction as them.
No. So
I'm on a different direction than the people that I grew up with.
Absolutely, but you also
like they are content with just having a good job and working for the rest of their life. I am not. But I got a good 2 more years left of working for somebody else than me.
Well, you still want to listen to what they telling you, and even if it's to not do what the fuck they did, you know what I mean? And you got stay woke. Everything everything is there for at your disposal to be used to your advantage. You know what I mean?
Is Teddy in the house?
Yep, he's here, but he's muted.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Hey, Teddy, unmute yourself.
I can hear him.
Yeah, but he's showing us muted.
Hey, Teddy, what's up? I can't hear nothing now, but there we go.
Can you hear me? I'm in Spring Valley. It's shitty service over here. I'll have to come down to the corner.
To the corner. Yeah. But anyway, that was my long short story. I'm back on the wagon though.
Well, that's good.
Better.
Huh?
I said I feel better. Okay, and not to get on no womanly stuff, but just real quick, they was about to try to start doing all these kinds of tests on me too, because my cycle hadn't came for hella months, right? And I ain't pregnant. But
you sure? You sure? You ain't just
unless it's by osmosis, I ain't got it.
Okay.
But I told them no, I don't want to take no medications for that. I mean, I'm not. I said just give me a moment. You know,
they got a pill for everything, don't they?
They got something for everything. They want to start doing ultrasounds and all kinds of shit, and they just about to charge me hella money for these ultrasounds. I'll say, you know what, just give me a moment. So I gave myself a moment. I intentionally did certain motivations, and moving that energy and everything. And why did it come?
Yeah, good.
You know what I'm saying? Like God, yo, we can heal ourselves with so much.
Exactly.
We don't.
You know, God is the doctor's doctor, so you don't even really. The God is the doctor's doctor. So you know,
I am my own fucking doctor. I'm a walking everything.
All right.
But yeah. Anyway, enough of that. I kind of wasn't mad about not getting it.
For real.
But then I was a little bit worried because I'm like, Lord, I'm too young.
Don't call it prematurely now.
Right. But damn, there was something else that came up that I was gonna say something about, but I can't think of it now. But what's up, Teddy? Does he have action now? Is he local?
I got action. I got action.
What's up with you, Bora? Where you been at?
I fell underneath a rock.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good thing they picked that rock up and moved it around.
So how life treating y'all?
Life is good. Life is good. I keep forgetting you cut your dreads off.
Yeah, them things is gone.
What?
What made you do that?
You know, I needed to clean up the energy in my life. Cut the fat, keep the meat.
I hear you. Has the energy switched up since you did that?
I've been moving faster than Grease Owl shit. I don't know, you know, I'm taking it day by day. And some of the energy I needed is coming back. Some of the energy that I needed is gone. But you know, in the middle, I'm still happy. So.
Oh, what's your relationship? So, well, you just told us your relationship. So you do feel like energy is in your hair?
Yeah, you know, a lot of the energy's in your heart, but like your hair is almost like the outward expression of the energy that's in your heart. You know what I mean? It's proof for the life that you live.
I know. I think like my afro is like antennas. I did think about cutting my hair off too, but I just can't do it.
What you gonna do? The ball? You gonna do the Jada? You gonna do the Amber Rose?
I was thinking that, and then I looked at my head, and it's just too big for all that.
Everybody does not have the shape to pull off a bald head.
No.
Some people like, ooh, that's fire with your little bald, little 5 o'clock shadow on your head. Yeah.
Nah, I'll be walking around looking like a damn bobblehead. I can't do it.
You're so silly.
I don't think I got the hair for a bald head neither. When I was thinking about cutting my hair, a lot of people that have hair for a long time, they have bald spots underneath. And I was like, ooh, I hope I ain't going bald underneath, because then I'm gonna have to just be Michael Jordan with the peanut. And I was trying, you know, if I gain like 10 more pounds, cool. Like big niggas can be bald headed, skinny niggas can't be bald headed. You know,
is that the rule?
Just think of all the niggas that was skinny kind of with a bald head, and then like once you start getting buff, then skinny Tyrese with the bald head, or Fast and Furious buff Tyrese with the bald head. Malachi, the sticky fingers nigga with the bald head, or Maurice Chestnut with the bald head. Like once you get a little bit of weight on them cheeks, you can hold on to the bald head.
Well, I'm gonna let you keep it. That's all you. I ain't thinking about it no more. I'm gonna let all my little grays come in and do what they do.
My grays is killing me.
Why? Shows wisdom.
Show that age too. I'm 34, but my head look like 43 at least.
You said that like that was hella old, and I'm every bit of 43. Say that.
He do this every time we get on here together, though.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm old, but I ain't that old. But you know, a couple more
I'm
years.
that old though, right? I'm that old though.
That's
what you saying, Teddy?
Yes, a couple more years, and I will be that old. 43. I'll be caught up.
Well, I'm the oldest one here. I'm 46, so.
Oh, your ass is old, Roselle. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I am old.
I'm just playing. You ain't.
I got
old.
more gray hairs than he do.
Roselle hide his.
Me too. I be trying to hide mine too.
Yeah,
Mine, I can't hide mine. Mine be right here on my edges.
I'm gonna grow my shit out, and I'm gonna grow my shit out again, and I'm gonna do a conch. Yeah, just dye my shit. I'm gonna do it all black. I'm gonna do the conch.
You gonna look like you straight from Dallas.
They do that in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finna do the Young Jock, Chris Brown, Miguel.
No, do not relax your shit.
Yeah, that's the conch. They ain't come to see you, Otis.
Nobody come to see you. How's the music coming, Teddy?
It suck as fuck.
It suck as fuck. What?
Suck as fuck.
Why is that?
Because it ain't where I want it to be at. Anything that's underneath where I want it to be is suck as fuck, and therefore I need to work harder to make it unsuck. No.
What are you doing this year to do that?
Everything. This monetary. I did all the free shit. I did all the fucking word of mouth. I did all the free shit. Now it's time to go ahead and pay to play, like all the major labels. These niggas spin it back, try and get it back. So it's time to spin them more of a bag in better places. More publishing, more ads, these billboards, these trucks that's moving around with billboard ads on them.
I will say, like, your last project is probably like the first project that I've been able to listen to, like, top to bottom, like, and not skip no songs in a while, especially from San Diego artists. Like, not trying to knock y'all, but I'll listen to a couple and then I just go on to something else. But yours, I bang that from 1 to whatever, 12, whatever's on there, how many is on there. But it's good. I really appreciate the work you did there. You already working on your next one, I'm sure.
I'm always working towards the next one. I'm just not pumping out like how I should have been pumping out. You know, I don't remember if we talked about this last time, but you know, if you're an 80s baby or older, you know the schedule for music was one single, here come a video for that single. 6 months later, here gonna come the album. And then at the end of the year, we're gonna give you some Christmas music. And then we're gonna do it all over again. That was the rate they dropped music. One big project a year, maybe a EP, little 4-track something, and 2 big singles, maybe 3. That was like working. Now these niggas is dropping a mixtape in January. They dropping a project in February. They dropping a video every other day. The work schedule is much different than what it used to be for our age group. And I got caught up in the middle of trying to be old and then what the speed of what I should be at is right now. So catching back up.
Well, do we want to take a
Yeah, we're gonna take a music break. Right?
Yes.
All right.
I'm getting cheddar while these birds flock together. Think they good? Well, I'm better. Move the lane and I pull up for that jumper. Real bosses around when they pull up on that bumper. I'm getting cheddar while these birds flock together. Think they good? Well, I'm better. Move the lane and I pull up for that jumper. Real bosses around when they pull up on that bumper. Shooting off stocks, I ain't spend no checks. Niggas hit the crap game and I ain't lost yet. Niggas broke, trying to show out. That cause they got no clout. Talking on the name only make me bigger. Ain't got a fake new, I'm that nigga that always had funds, hoes, and firebug. Roll with them hitters, gangsta thug. Can't say enough, you really went left. Mad cause a bitch didn't want you played it for the stretch. Bro, I salute you for getting dope. Did you shoot a video at our studio? Hey, honey, did you pay for your time? That shit's funny, a waste of my time. Clown, but I'ma roast you, bitch. Call itself an ape, more like a chimpanzee. Fatty motherfuckers, what I does. I'm an urban legend, nigga. Fuck the bus in a line. They come pop up. We own one. It's nothing to do but stop us. Eat good without a handout. Boy, get off the nuts on that fair route. Jump out. Kicks amazing. On the help shelf if I'm blazing. Break a beat down. That's the sad track. Price going up, he gon' need a couple stacks. I'm the Mac with the cheese and the ronies. Keep that thing tuck, I'll be all on my lonely. All my cronies, 5150. You know where I'm at if you got up on a pick with me. Hit Swifty on my Rick and Morty. Put me on stage, bet the crowd won't ignore it. Rap orgy, the guy get it done. Spin dough, get dough just to have fun. I'm a hustler, I'm known for that. You known to run your mouth? Him cap, real rap. You don't want the smoke, but if we go there, it won't be a joke. EPA, back on Illy. Got a bunch of real ones that gon' roll with me. Give me if I go in. Lyrical beast and ain't no win. Reppin' the town everywhere I go. Keep my name out your mouth like a motherfucking hoe. Yeah.
It's gonna be.
She gon' make it clap. I'ma show her stack. She gon' throw it back. I'ma blow a rag. Lemon pepper wings. We bout to smoke a pack. Drinking the Coke and Jack on my open tab. I like to see my independent women win and get it, flip and spend it. Stay about your business and your benefits. She way up there, getting dizzy spinning. She ready to make that ass drop any minute. Niggas be Superman, Captain Kirk, and the waitress is serving. The strippers is twerking for Birkins, but gaming is working. Literally, niggas be bitter for weeks. Cause all you got from her is some glitter on your cheeks. She made a phony plan for a lonely man. So he dropped 40 bands on her OnlyFans. He had dreams of holding hands on the sand. Should've listened to your homie fan. She on that Polish dance.
Drop it down low, yeah, my bottle chips. Get your stacks a night, little baby ain't about to quit. Big body, Birkin, red bottoms, big tipper. Yeah, she can spot him, she can drop it down low. Yeah, my bottle chips. Get her stacks a night, little baby about to quit. Big body, Birkin, red bottoms, big tipper. Yeah, she can spot it. Yeah, thunderstorm. When I'm in the building, bring a few bottles. Yeah, I'm chillin', hit the stage and watch her clap it. Draw them goons, little mama a magnet. Top shelf, she don't do them lame. She'll break them pockets, it's not a game. Want a mouth off? She dustin' and disgustin'. Better play them cards right, I wouldn't trust her. She can drop it down low, yeah, my bottle chips. Get your stacks a night, little baby ain't about to quit. Big body, Birkin, red bottoms, big tipper. Yeah, she can spot him, she can drop it down low. Yeah, my bottle chips. Get her stacks a night, little baby about to quit. Big body, Birkin, red bottoms, it, but yeah, she can spot it, yeah.
Shine so bright, California sunshine. That California sunshine. California sun shining in the winter. You either eat a steak or wonder what's for dinner. When we was little, they said everyone a winner. They go rush, but you really chasing glitter. The high gone, but you chase it with the liquor. You jog in place, hoping to get thinner. The tech rush, if you ain't techie, then you bitter. Gentrified your ways right out of your rental. Or move to Antioch, stock in Sacramento. They coming for you next, smile and beauty dental. Don't be surprised that these niggas not that simple. Pretty niggas, popping niggas like a pimple. Bodies laid out, bunch of fallen temples. Who built Wall Street? Never mind your mental. Push the black Wall Street, push the black market. Close to the edge and you pushed it like a racket. Northern California goes, Northern California goes, Northern California goes, Northern California cold, Northern California cold, Northern California goes, Northern California goes, Northern California goes, Northern California cold, Northern California cold. Man provide for his children. Man got no job, but somehow man got gun. Man no get far if man always gon' run. Fight or flight, boy, tell me where you run from. Running to the strip club, running from his children, running from the cop car, running from his baby mom, running to the streets. If you try to escape that, then you label him a thief. How the saying go, baby, freedom ain't free. Text us to your message, cause the IRS a ting. Cooked up by the West Wing. Who built the White House? Never mind, just sing. Just dribble, stand up and salute for the team. Kaepernick is oddly forgot your history. J. Edgar Hoover say shoot down every king. I don't give a damn who the Black Panthers killed. Trayvon to me is still treated like a mental. Northern California goes, Northern California goes, Northern California goes, Northern California cold, Northern California cold. Northern California goes, Northern California goes, Northern California goes, Northern California cold, Northern California cold.
Yeah, we back. Treka know better, do better.
We back. I'm spilling shit everywhere. Well, okay, now we can see you, Teddy. A shadow there for a moment.
Hey, you know, you gotta move in the shadow sometimes.
When's your next show out here, Teddy?
I don't have no clue. They just be popping up. Somebody decide they want to book the boy, and I pop up.
That's what's up.
I was trying to get on to that Rush show, but they wasn't trying to hear it.
I was waiting for the announcements.
Man.
That's all right.
We did tap in with him, but he was like, you got to talk to Music Box. Like, nigga, all you have to do is say, man, Teddy about to perform on this motherfucker. And that's it. Look, he did the political, oh man, it's not in my hands, man. You got to talk to the promoter and get on. But, bro, you bought the show. Like, you got niggas buying $4 tickets and $30 tickets, $100, whatever. Pay you what it's worth, right? You should be able to say, hey, Teddy's on.
I've always wondered why artists don't have more control in those type of situations, or is it that they don't want to have that control?
It's a little bit of both. In his situation, he put like this: Music Box wants 10 bands for a show. Cool. Here's 10 bands. Now I'm finna charge what I want to get into this motherfucker. So if I make $1 million, I make $1 million. Or you can wait for a nigga to tell you, hey man, I got 10 bands for you to be here, and they pay whatever it costs for you to be at the spot. So he just taking on the role of the promoter and the artist, all that.
I see. I feel you. Makes sense, I guess. Everything's about money. It's all about money.
That's what it boils down to.
I'll ask this question for everybody. If you have to say, what would you say is your biggest demon that you deal with?
Gambling.
Gambling?
I'm just over doing my job.
Hey, somebody's TV's loud.
Huh?
Somebody's TV's loud. There we go.
Gammon. Nikeish, what would you say?
Cigarettes.
Roselle.
Working.
Which ones you don't have a leverage?
That's deep.
No.
Yeah. Well, I would say, shit. Well, y'all know what mine is. My biggest thing is drinking.
I've been drinking.
Sometimes it just amazes me how much I can drink and still get up and be functioning the next day. But
Y'all be turned up.
Yeah, I've had a full life. I'll say that. I've lived a really good life. Even the bad shit was good. But yeah, it's time to move forward, move forward.
I was watching the show today, and I think it's called Bad something like that. Bad Habits or something like. It's a new Netflix show. I can't remember what it's called, but it's bad something about witches. And in the middle of the show, they was walking, and he was like, "Want to hear about my Lord of the Rings theory?" And he basically says the bad times are the good times, right? Like in all the shows, these people, especially like Lord of the Rings, while they're fighting and they go in the war, they're like, ah, yeah, they cheering, fighting. And then after everything's said and done, Bilbo goes back to the Shire and he's kind of sad with his life. You know what I mean? He's depressed and he's like wishing I could go back out and fucking fight trolls and orcs, and I wish I could go across on another great journey. Pirates, they like, I wish I was back out on the sea. We think that sometimes the bad times are the bad times, but really they're the moments that give our life. They fulfill our life. They give us meaning. And it's like, oh yeah, this quest. Life's all about the quest. And after you complete it, you want to get back to the next quest.
That's funny. I was thinking something similar earlier today, is that a lot of the shit that people grow up afraid of or fearful of is turning out to be stuff that I'm supposed to be appreciative now. Like, for instance, like I used to be afraid of fucking, let's say, like
big dicks.
Spiders, not big dicks. Spiders, right? But spiders have deeper spiritual meaning for me now. Like, I try not to kill them. I'm still working on that. But I legit was asleep, and I woke up out of dead sleep and looked straight up because I felt like something was coming down, and a fucking spider was coming down, like, and it was gonna land right on my fucking face. And I was like, how the hell did I intuitively know that and wake up and look straight at the spider before it got to me? And so then I started looking up spiders and spiritual meanings between it and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, that's why they teach you to be afraid of so much shit. Be afraid of taking adventures and afraid of stuff you don't know and shit like that. Because they're afraid you're going to find out the truth.
Those fucking barbarians, they drugged me so they could go run their off.
But yeah, that's either here or there.
Stop them? No, once their wheels up, all I can do is damage control.
I mean, I know Teddy just got here, but we kind of been going.
If I said the name, not Bob, what would you say? What?
TV definitely has to be turned down, my man.
Short, simple questions.
Hey, Fidela, can you turn down the TV this more?
Oh, well, I mean, we about ready to almost wrap it up anyways.
Because he refused to ever use the pseudonym of Bob or Robert as a first name. Well, I just got out Bob's name from my brain.
I'm a little spent, y'all, so forgive me.
Hey, look, my bad for coming late, but for sure about that time to wind it down.
Yeah.
You know what? Before we wind it down,
yes,
we got two of Teddy's songs, so I wanted to kind of get them played before he goes.
Oh, absolutely. Which two songs you got?
Let me see what I got from him. We got Together and My Exodus.
Oh no, that's not Teddy.
Oh, that's not Teddy?
No.
No, sir.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
I thought you said
Teddy-
you was getting some from him. Okay.
Oh no, that was from another person.
Got you. Okay.
So what happened in Phoenix?
No, Teddy
Well-
sent us his music a minute ago. Sessions. Well, he sent us a few songs. He can't give us all the goods.
Sessions.
Everybody go and
Not
check
fun.
out Teddy's new project on all platforms.
Sessions.
Teddy Benson Sessions. You know you got to go get you some of that hair products from Miss Nakish over at Essence of Billy.
Yes,
Hell yeah.
Keep it flowing. Tap in with DJ Ro for some DJing.
Oh, you know, I was gonna ask, Nikeish, do you do hair too?
I do.
What do you do? Do you do twist?
I do.
Okay, I gotta remember that.
How y'all on a show
Come
together
out
and you
here
don't?
and I'll twist you up.
Okay, definitely. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna definitely do that.
I got them real
you can't
bars
do his
too.
hair before you do mine.
I got them real bars too, Roselle. Stop hating,
I do hair too.
No, you don't, Teddy. Do you?
Why don't I?
He do hair. I forget. Do you do braids?
I cut hair. That's what I can't do. But I do dreads. I do.
I know
That's
you
it.
cut
just do-
hair. I didn't know
just
you
do
did
dreads.
hair.
I do dreads and barbering. I don't be telling people because the money be telling me to take the client, and then as soon as I take the client, my hands be telling me, "Are you stupid? You did this again?"
It is time consuming. I have been watching videos on braiding, but I still don't know what I'm doing. So
I don't have some clients for dreads for like 6 hours, 8 hours. Fucking
it's a
takes a
lot.
long time. It takes a long time sometimes.
That's true.
How do you reattach dreads?
Reattach dreads.
Mm-hmm.
You use a crochet needle and
You talking twigs? I mean wigs?
nah, I mean it's the same it's the same process, but that's how you reattach it.
Why did it come out?
You take them two straight ends on the end, mesh them together, and you start doing the same process that you would do for wicks, and they come together.
Now I just seen somebody say that or post that they was putting theirs back in, and I was like, "What? You could put them back in?"
Hell yeah, T-Pain put his shit back in, Lil Wayne put his shit back in,
Lil Wayne
Kodak be putting his shit back in.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Shit, bullshit. I got time for it. If I want my hair back, it's going right back on my shit. Right
You gotta
back.
start. That's a whole new process. What you mean? You trying to put on some old shit?
Hell yeah, I'll grow my shit out for 6 months and go ahead and throw that shit right back on there.
No, hell no. What is y'all talking about on here tonight?
They're mine.
Grow some new ones, okay?
They're
You
mine.
bet. And I was curious, right? I'm over here like kind of what's on the side, Teddy? You got one dread left?
Yeah,
you didn't
one.
Want to let
Just
it
one.
go?
I got one.
You couldn't let it go.
Nah, me. All my kids got one.
Oh, okay. It's a movement. Say that
Yeah.
again. It's a movement. Okay, I respect movement.
Yeah,
I just remind me of the DuckTales back in the day. Niggas used to have that
everybody
one
got a
ducktail in the
everybody
back.
got a du-
Is that
everybody
what
got
it
a
is?
ducktail.
That's what it is, a tail then. Okay. Because I was okay.
He just got it tucked behind his ear. It looked crazy.
I got it.
And my wife was like, "Babe, this is not the new thing. Just don't make this a thing." I'm like, "Why not?"
I feel wifey.
Literally, he about to make it a new thing just because of that.
Just because of that, for sure. It's been in there like that ever since she said, "Don't do it."
That's why you was getting whooped at church.
Hey, look, I was getting whooped at church for anything and everything. Pinched in the pews, popped in the mouth, all that. When you think about it, I spent almost as much time out of church as I did in church. Once you go to church 2 to 3 times a week, at least, then it's already half of your life is in church.
Half of your life. Absolutely. That's how it be feeling.
And then I was the kind of nigga to go down there and kick it for no reason. Like, nigga, it's a Tuesday, but I know all the workers, so I'm finna just go down here and just walk around, see what they doing. What y'all doing in here? Y'all need some help with something?
I could see you as a kid. I won't call you bad, but probably was in shit.
I was mischievous. You know, some kids is bad, like their intention is to be bad, like destructive. I wasn't that. I was like, what does this do? What can I do with it? And what can I make out of it? So
curious.
Period. I can make this into a bike ramp. I know it used to be a TV, but I can make it into a bike ramp.
Inventive. So let's say inventive.
Yeah, I was inventing new ways to get ass whoopings.
Exactly. He figured out every one.
My kids is in trouble. Because they can't do nothing. Look, daddy did it all already, okay? I know exactly what you're doing. Come here, give me that butt.
All right, y'all. Thank everybody for tuning in, that tapped in. Everybody, be safe out here in these streets.
You too, baby. You tap in with me. Call me, Treat, when we get off this thing.
For sure, for Shelly. Thank you for coming through.
Always, baby.
And Roselle, thank you for holding it down.
Yeah.
All good.